A very good morning, dear students. Welcome to e-learning classes of Sacred Hearts. So, after a long break of examination, again we are on the same track of the routine studies. Dear student, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the leftover topics. But before this, we are going to discuss the points that we have discussed earlier. We have discussed about the meaning of internal trade. So, what is the internal trade? The trade that is confined within the geographical boundaries of a certain country is known as internal trade. Thereafter, we have discussed about the types of internal trade. So, in internal trade, there are two types of trade. The first one is the wholesale trade, and thereafter, that is the retail trade. Let us see the next one, that is the meaning and features of wholesale trade. So the basic meaning of wholesale trade, it refers to buying and selling of goods in the large quantity. The wholesaler used to purchase goods from the manufacturer and sells to the retailer. There are a lot of features of wholesale trade, such as link between producer and retailer, deal in large quantities, invest large amount, generally maintain the high stock with himself, and so on. Next, services of wholesaler. If we talk about the services of wholesaler, then wholesaler used to provide services to manufacturer as well as to the retailers. Some of the services that are provided by the wholesaler to the manufacturers are facilitate large scale production, help in marketing functions, expert advice, storage, financial assistance, and risk bearing. And some of the services of retailers, some of the services of wholesalers to retailer are availability of goods, grant of credit, risk sharing, and publicity, etc. This was all about the wholesale trade that we have discussed earlier in the very brief. Now the next one, that is the retail trade and its features. So retail trade is the last link in the distribution chain in which the goods are ultimately sold out to the ultimate consumers. Thereafter, a lot of features are there of retail trade, such as link between the distribution chain, sells the goods to the ultimately consumer, maintain a large variety, and so on. Thereafter, services of retailer, obviously to consumers and to manufacturers. So some of the services of retailer to the consumers are irregular availability of product, wide selection, new product information, and so on. And some of the services of retailer to the wholesaler is help in distribution of goods, personal selling, enable large scale production, and helpful in promotion. Thereafter, we have discussed about the classification of retailers, and we were on the types of retail trade. And in the types of retail trade, what we have discussed, beta, we have discussed that the retail trade is basically divided into two parts, the itinerants and the fixed shop retailers. And who are the itinerants? Itinerants are the particular retailers who are not having a fixed particular place to sell out the goods. And in the itinerants, we have discussed about the hawkers and peddlers and periodic market traders. Today we have to start our discussion from the street traders. So who are the street traders? These are the retailers who display their articles on the busy street corners, pavement, and bus stands, etc. And what are the main features of them? Generally, they operate near public places such as रेलवे स्टेशन, सिनेमा हॉल्स, बस स्टैंड एंड टेम्पल एक्सेट्रा. जब भी हम लोग सिनेमा हॉल जाते हैं या फिर हम लोग टेम्पल्स जाते हैं, विजिट करते हैं, रेलवे स्टेशन विजिट करते हैं, तो वहाँ पे जो छोटी मोटी शॉप्स होती हैं, दीज आर जनरली द स्ट्रीट ट्रेडर्स. See the next one. They deal in a variety of goods such as towels, handkerchief, थिंग्स ऑफ डेली यूज़ एंड मिरर्स एक्सेट्रा. इनके पास वैरायटी ऑफ जो गुड्स है वो अवेलेबल रहता है, जैसे टॉवल हो गया, हैंकी हो गए, और डेली यूज़ का आइटम जैसे कि ब्रश हो गया, टूथपेस्ट हो गया, स्लीपर्स हो गए, मिरर्स हो गए, एक्सेट्रा. डील इन लो प्राइस प्रोडक्ट्स of common use. Generally, the goods that are provided are of the low price and even the quality is also low. And the last one, they are very popular. People find it very convenient to pick up items on their way back फ्रॉम होम. ये क्या होते हैं, बहुत पॉपुलर होते हैं एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में, और जनरली लोग इनको आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, पहचानते हैं, और इनसे आते और जाते वक्त क्या करते हैं, जो गुड्स से परचेज करते हैं. देयर आफ्टर द नेक्स्ट वन, दैट इज़ द चीप जैक्स. हु आर द चीप जैक्स? दे डिस्प्ले देयर गुड्स इन हायर्ड शॉप्स. ये क्या करते हैं, अपने गुड्स को हायर्ड शॉप में डिस्प्ले करते हैं और इन टेंट्स या फिर टेंट में डिस्प्ले करते हैं फॉर अ टेम्परेरी पीरियड ऑफ time. एक certain time के लिए thereafter they move from that particular shop or from that particular area where they have established their tent. And what are the main feature? First, they hire small shops or display items in the tents in the residential colonies. इनका जो establishment है वो basically कहाँ होता है? Residential areas में होता है, बहुत बड़े scale में deal नहीं करते हैं. Second, they shift from locality to locality depending upon the prospects of business. ये मूव करते रहते हैं एक लोकेलिटी से दूसरी लोकेलिटी में एज़ पर द रिक्वायरमेंट एंड एज़ पर द प्रोस्पेक्ट ऑफ देयर बिजनेस कि उनका बिजनेस वहाँ पे कितना फ्लॉरिश हो रहा है. जहाँ फ्लॉरिश होगा दे विल स्टे फॉर द लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, जहाँ फ्लॉरिश नहीं होगा दे विल मूव फ्रॉम देयर इन अ वेरी शॉर्ट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. नेक्स्ट, दे डील इन लो प्राइस प्रोडक्ट, हाउस होल्ड आर्टिकल्स एक्सेट्रा. एंड द लास्ट वन, दे रिमेन इन वन लोकेलिटी फॉर अ टेम्परेरी पीरियड ओनली. एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में सिर्फ एक सर्टेन टाइम तक ही एग्जिस्ट करते हैं एंड देयर आफ्टर दे मूव ऑन. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट टुडे. गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल. थैंक यू वेरी मच.